Yes, yes, y'all. Again, y'all. Kings and queens, clash your swords. Down. Yes, yes, yes. And 100 kings and 100 queens. We gon' like that. I like that. No, I love that. 'Cause like ain't even a word. But I'm coming in really quick to give y'all the word. All right? You're like, oh, go ahead, preach, king, preach, king, preach. All right. Let's come in here to give y'all something that a lot of you did not know. All y'all who are going through, hold on, somebody looking at me. Look at that eye right there. Look at that. I see you. I see you. He got silver over his eye. You see that silver over his eye? I see you too. I see some of you, the other 9, because that's how many left of the silver art lyric, or the, how can I say, silver art lyric painting with the lyrics. Okay? Only 9 left. Only 9 left. I'm about to get to what I was gonna say. Been sitting up here doing a bunch of studying. Was led, I guess you gotta be careful what you ask for. Tell you. And sometimes whatever you ask for, and I heard a lot of people say this, might not be on your time, but it's his time. And you know what? I never really, I did experience it, but I never looked at the time. I always was patient. But, and I'm about to give y'all the testimony of what happened. But, there was only 9 more printouts of these left. And they're $50. They're valued at $20 million. It's the lyrics to the song, My Greatest Inspiration. If you haven't heard the song, go look at the last 2 videos and you can hear it. Or you can wait till the end of this video and I'll play one of them. There's 2 versions. Okay? And shalom to everyone who actually got the song. King Mr., King Matthew, King Tom Woods, Queen Adnale, Queen Rhonda, and King Mr. had 2. Okay, so that's what brought it down to 9. I think there was one more person, if I'm not mistaken, but there's only 9 left. Okay, so Cash App is $ KINGSTEVIAN, and the PayPal link is in the description. Go look at the last 2 videos if you want to know more detail about the song, My Greatest Inspiration. It's a dedication to all the queens and the emperors. And this definitely can be used to settle your debts. I found out some news in the last day. Since Friday night's meeting, then it went into Saturday morning. And we had gave King James a call concerning a situation. But let me tell y'all the testimony. I said to the Most High, I was sitting up balancing some books and told the Most High, I said, and I was laying down after this. I said, Most High, give me the knowledge to help defeat these corporations. That is, kicking people out of their houses. Just committing the fraud, mortgage fraud. And, man, it's crazy. I'm just sitting here baffled by it. And I said, I got these albums to get out. I have my own trust taxes to do. The university, the website's up, but still getting, you know, the followers in. And doing testing, in the middle of testing right now. We're at the ending of testing, because this week here is the last week for the testing. All those who didn't call, who passed their tests, hey, you gotta start all over. So you got this week to get in. After that, that's it. You're gonna be treated like a newbie. I don't know you. You did step one. I know you didn't. I was on step two. No, you wasn't. What's your name? You know me, King. What's your name? But I said, after I get this stuff done, then show me what I need to know to help these people, these kings and queens, get the homes back, the ones who lost them, prevent their homes from being stolen and sold. And he told me, go look this up. There's a certain thing I'm not going to tell you. And when I looked it up, I was already laying down, but I could have fell out the bed. You ever seen somebody say, oh my goodness, and they almost fell out the chair? I was in the bed and almost fell out the bed. I jumped up and I called King Tom Woods and told King Tom Woods to get King Harry on. And then the king that we called that night, that morning, King Harry was like, get him out the bed right now. It was about 5 in the morning. We found out something that we all need to know. When y'all separate the straw man, and yes, there is a straw man, definitely from looking at the codes that show you this. When you separate your all caps name and your birth state from the beneficiary, that does a lot. It does a whole lot. It frees you up to be the true agent. They're always talking about agents, but there are good agents. And I was looking at the codes tonight, dealing with this department of the government, of the Treasury, and I saw very clearly why we are the agents. That's just how they flipped it around on the Matrix. People talk, oh, he's an agent. No, he's a criminal. He's an agent. Which agent? We are the good agents. Why do you think there's agents of the bank account? Agent is a power of attorney in fact when it comes to the banking. Okay? When you get your FINS and GIINS, you become an agent. Come on now. Y'all better pay attention to this here. See where I'm going with it. Let's go on over here. See that right there. Okay? We're talking law. When you go into step 2 and you're dealing with the 9-8, you're dealing with your FINS and GIINS, you become an agent. Clearly, you become an agent. International Definitely because you are in a foreign country. You now, once y'all who get these 9-8 numbers, I didn't even know this. I kind of, in a sense, but I just brushed it off, didn't worry about that. Knew it. Not you, but your trust is an instrumentality, and we know this because you have the 9-8 number, which belongs to the IRS or federal government. You are an instrumentality of the federal government. Now, let me tell you, when you're on an agent scale or level, it's called a level, not even on scale, because your job on that scale is to balance the books. You're competent now. So now you can raise yourself to another position. Up from where you was before. You was merged with the straw man, but now you separated yourself from the straw man. So now the federal government expects you to do what's right. The problem why things are not happening to these corporate crackheads who's out here robbing y'all of mortgages, your birth certificates, marriage licenses, all that stuff there, is because you as the agent ain't doing your job. You are the agent. I'm going to say it again. You are the agent. The agents protect the public. Now, I don't know what these other agents out there doing that become knocking on doors and stuff, but you who got a 9-8 just became an agent. You who got the FINS and GIINS just became an agent. Because those two go together, because that's your banking numbers. So now you got a foreign financial institution, which now you're in the banking. And what I read tonight, what I'm looking at right now, you have a job. It's your job to tell on these people. The problem is, y'all whining like little biatch. No, you're the law. You are the law. You're in the natural. You did all this fighting to get in the natural. What are you now? You're the goddamn law. It's your job to keep order on the citizens now. The citizens are the what? The corporations. So the mortgage companies is who you supposed to lay the smack down on. When you contact them, you supposed to say, hey, this is agent number such and such, such and such. Yeah. Under the IRS, you have a agent number, a FINS and GIINS. If you want to call them and say your trust, you can do that. But yes, the IRS already stated on their website, if an agent comes to you, you give them this number. It tells you you're an agent. You have a contract with the IRS. So you are, your corporation, your trust is an instrumentality of the United States now. This is such and such with the United States. You're an instrumentality of the United States. So now you can say that. Now you're in your position where you lay the smack down to get these corporations right. We thinking that we supposed to get to the top and that's all we supposed to do is sit here and get our lawful money. No. You're getting your lawful money the right way, but now if you see some crime, it's your job to report it. I remember when I was talking last year to FINS. And they told me that the United States Treasury is our bank. Did y'all not know that FINS is a division of the United States Treasury? And your trust is a bank, which your job is to be connected with FINS? Yes. When y'all get time, look up the Bank Secrecy Act. That will tell you these are your rules. Okay? These are the things y'all need to know to keep order with the banks, with the bankers, with the mortgage companies. The main crime that they stress is with negotiable instruments. For those who don't know what a negotiable instrument, let me read the definition for a negotiable instrument for you. Of a negotiable instrument for you. Said that wrong. A negotiable instrument is a signed document. Well, you know your dollar bill signed. That falls in that place too. That promises a sum of payment. You can't pay with tender. So it has a sum. A dollar bill what? Has a sum. And I'm just using the dollar bill as an example. That's the same thing with your contract. Okay? Let's go on. Sum of payment to a specified person. Or the assignee. Who is the assignee? That's the one who receives the dollar bill. In other words, it is a formalized type of IOU. Watch this. A transferable. I'm going to say it again. IOU, a transferable. And a dollar transferable. You transfer it from your pocket to the dollar store, from your pocket to Walmart, from your pocket to KFC, from your pocket to Popeyes, from your pocket, you get the point, to the prostitute. I throw that one in there for y'all. I see you out there, boy. Nah, I'm just joking. Anyway, signed document is signed. The dollar bill is signed. The mortgage contract is signed. The bank loan is signed. Document that promises to pay the bearer a sum of money. Anytime you use a dollar bill, it got the amount already on there telling you what you got to pay them in. So when you do the silver and copper, like you're going to use this lyric thing right here, you got 20 million in it, you come back, settle the debt with this. Now y'all see why it's so important to settle the debt? You have to settle it based off of the negotiable instrument. Even the negotiable instrument itself, if it got all these things in the contract, then that is the money that they claim. That when they tell you they want tender, well, we already gave you your tender. We already gave you a negotiable instrument. That's why when they come take your house, okay, they're not really taking your house. They're taking the negotiable instrument from you because you never took over it. Let me tell y'all how to take over y'all negotiable instruments. Add another number on the last page. Whatever, if there's 12 pages, add page 13. Your page 13 is going to be your notary acknowledgement. Okay? Your notary acknowledgement. You're going to get that notarized. It don't matter what type of notary it is. Public, private notary, it don't matter. You need the public one. Because you are the private going into where? The public. So you need to have a public notary in order to deal with the public corporations and have them arrested. So stop with this fuckery. These people out here talking about don't deal with a public notary. They are idiots. Pay attention. Let's go to school. Transferable, signed document that promises to pay the bearer a sum of money at a future date or on demand. I got my negotiable instruments right here for 4 companies I just deal with. I think it's 3 or 4. And on it, I took over the instrument. Okay? The name's on it, like I told you, your name's on it. You got a common law copyright. You have an assumed name. They cannot use that unless you state so. The negotiable instrument is what is sold. That's a contract that's being sold for cash. And I was just reading here, because that's what the mortgage companies are doing. That's what the lawyers or the attorneys at the law firms are doing. They're taking the contracts from the mortgage companies, game of hot potato, and they're selling it for cash. But they're sitting around here getting more fee out from you, going to the treasury more than one time. That's money laundering. Money laundering is what they're doing. Now, under FINS, they require you, under the Treasury, head Treasury, they require you to report to FINS. And do what? Your SAR, which is your suspicious activity report, and you have less than 60 days to report them. Some of y'all telling me all y'all problems. I have to go tell FINS about what I found out. But it's your job if you have the trust. Any of y'all who have the trust, if somebody came to you and said, hey, I got mortgage problems. I think this bank is doing this. I think this mortgage company, this law firm is doing this. It's your job if you have a 9-8. You're an agent. You have a FINS. Your job to get with FINS within 60 days and have that thing reported digitally. Because under their rules, if you do it by hand, they got the right to reject it. They don't want paper. They want it done digitally so they can get on this thing fast. And you got to go up under the, I think the Office of the Currency, possibly, to upload the report, because that's a website for banks as well. But you do need to get it to FINS. When y'all get time, y'all definitely read up on the code, okay? 12 CFR 21.11. And the one I got right here, yep, 21.11, and it talks about reports of suspicious activity. They got right here, under the OCC, how to file it. They talk about the Bank Secrecy Act. You need to look that up. So all y'all getting y'all 9-8s, y'all definitely need to look at this. Don't get this stuff and jump in this stuff and try to be lazy. You are the police. The real police. You're actually the law. All this stuff going on. It's our job. It's our job to keep the community safe and the real funds flowing until the citizens become competent. Those agents that be coming to your door, they did the same thing you doing. They know the statutes and stuff in and out. They know about the canon laws. They know about the 9-8s. They just somebody that didn't graduated to the point where I am and realized this is what they supposed to be doing. Here I am thinking, oh man, I'm just going to get my love of money and then I'm going to go live offshore somewhere. Nah. I'm supposed to be going after these people and working with FINS. You know, these mortgages, You know, these companies are using these negotiable instruments when they're already paid. Let me look up this word real quick. Man, I can go deep with this real estate stuff, but I heard GIINS talking about the nominee. You know who the nominee is? Go ahead and guess. Think it in your head right now. Who's the nominee? That's your answer? I hear you thinking loud over there. That's your answer. Wrong. You who thought it right, you're right. Even though I ain't give you the answer yet. A person or company. Now, let's pause right there. Because under the CFR, USC codes, a person is a government. And we ain't talking about no native government. Or an instrumentality of a government, meaning the United States, who holds the title but don't have ownership. So you're pretty much a stockholder with interest in something. I'm not jumping over what I was talking about here, but I'm going to hit y'all with this real quick, giving y'all some strong knowledge. All right? If they got you right now as a nominee, because you holding the title to your car, you're holding the title to your marriage, you're holding the title to your home, you don't have the ownership. Even the mortgage company don't have the freaking ownership. And I'm going to break this down for you. Let's go buy some stock of Facebook or Meta. That's their name now, Meta. God dang meta humans. Now, you go buy some stock in Facebook. I want y'all to please pay attention to what I'm about to break down to y'all. You just bought stock in Facebook. You are a what? You are a shareholder, a interest holder. You have an interest in the whole company, but you don't own the whole company. You have a share in the company, which you have a title. A share is just a title, meaning you don't have the whole thing. So if you got a title to your car, title to your marriage, title to your driver's license, title to your birth certificates, you are not the owner. You don't own your own name. That's why the first thing is to have your silver ready. And then the next thing, your birth certificate is authenticated, send that thing away, get the live one, come on back in, let them know the live person that's came in, and then boom, you go after that, what? That common law copyright. Because anything with that name on it, you own it. You own it because you own the name. And if anybody's carrying your name after you own the dang copyright, guess what? They have a share, an unauthorized share of your stock in your name. You didn't give it to them, they stole it. So they become the nominee and you become the owner. See how you flip that around on them? Title it, the DMV, the name on it. You own it because it got your name on it. You're supposed to take control of that. Every single thing that has your name on it, bills, driver's license, marriage certificates, social security cards, everything. You send them an affidavit of ownership, which is an entitlement certificate. Then after that, depending on who you're dealing with, you give them their entitlement order. Tell them to give you all back what's owed to you as the what? The owner. Now let me break some down to you. Pay attention. If you were the nominee, most of you are the nominees right now. That means you are the interest holder. You are a title holder. You don't own it, but you hold a piece of it. Have to watch that mess later. If you are a interest holder in stock, what do you get every quarter or every month or even every other week? You get dividends. Because why? You are an interest holder in that Facebook stock. So if you are a title holder of your car, where's your goddamn interest? What did they do with the ownership of it? They took it to the treasury. They took ownership of it. Then they gave you an interest in it. With a title. A title is just a stock certificate. Birth certificate, marriage certificate, driver's license. Divorce certificate. Those are titles. Titles do what? They change. You can be diluted. You're supposed to be getting your interest. If you don't own it, you are a nominee and you're supposed to be getting interest. So ask them where your interest at. That's why on step 5, when you do the entitlement order, which is also the notification of record, it tells them to give all back the lawful money. Everybody who gave you a license or certificate, even your job, your high school, your middle school, your college, they gave you a title. They own your education. And you know they do because that's why they teach you what they want to teach you. And you have no control over it because they're the owners. Since they're the owners of your education and your brain, they give you what they want to give you. That's why you got the title, because you only have shares in your own education. Ask them for your interest. Give them that entitlement order. That's why the seats have to change. You're the owner, but now I'm the owner again. This stuff right here is exposing everything. What was I finna look up? It was something I was finna look up. I wasn't even gonna be on this long. My goodness. Forgot what I was gonna look up. It was something important too. Really important. Let's go over here. Bank Secrecy Act. Cause I started over here on where we at? 26. Oh, should I even get this to y'all? I don't think I should even give y'all this. I ain't gonna give y'all this yet. Because it's going too deep for some of y'all. Let me tell you what I was reading. I was reading about the interest, right? And then it brought me down to the nominee. And in the code that I was reading, it's talking about the OIDs and it's talking about the 1099As. Okay? Some of you already know what code I'm reading from. But everybody owes y'all interest. Anybody who give you a title to anything owe you interest. You get a certificate when you buy stocks. You buying cash app stocks, you need to ask them where your certificate at. That's why a lot of them don't want to give certificates. Because you have a certificate, they know that they owe you something. So they try to do without the certificates anymore. So you won't be able to be entitled to your interest. That's why when you buy the stocks, you're supposed to let them know no use of fraud. Because if not, They're going to go to the Treasury with the dollar bills that you gave them, which is the IOU, which you never settled the debt. They're going to go to the Treasury and create another bond on you, even though you bought into a piece of stock. Boy, I tell you. I'm just looking at this. In this code right here, it said, for the purpose of subsection, the term interest does not include, I want y'all to pay attention to this, does not include A, interest on any obligation. Woo, this is so powerful. Any obligation issued by a natural person. You see how they separating the corporation from the natural being? Because you can't mix them. The corporation can only do business with the corporation. And the code I got to actually give you the facts on that is this code I'm reading right here. Oh, I will give it to you. But some of y'all try to take it and run with it and all this. Nah, I'm going to give it to the people in the group. I'm going to save that good old butter bread for them. You can probably try to go look it up if you want. But will you understand it like I'm going to break it down? No. But any amount. Wait a minute. It says interest on any obligation issued by a natural person. It says does not include that. Why is that? Because the code I gave y'all from the IRS directions and instructions on the 1099A and 1099C, if you look that up on the IRS website, just type in IRS instructions 1099A, 1099C, and you go to the website, it will tell you right then and there you cannot do a 1099A or a 1099C if, well really the A, if you are a person. Why is that? Because the living being cannot do a 1099A. Because that's saying I did business with a corporation. And then the IRS going to look at it as you're mixing this public with this private, or you're the private trying to do business with a corporation when you need, required by trade law or the regulations or the statutes, when you're coming into the United States, you got to create your own corporation to do business with a corporation. The living being controls the corporation, and then they go in. Somebody got to run the robot. So now you can do your 1099A, 1099B. This is why I tell y'all, ooh, my goodness, I don't want to give too much away. I don't. Whew. I'm just going to jab a little bit at you. Except to the extent otherwise provided in regulations. Any amount paid to any person described, I'm going to tell you where that is, or any amount described. I'm not going to tell you that one either, but it's telling you where it's at. Let's see. From sources outside the United States, which is paid by a foreign government or international organization, or by any agency or instrumentality thereof. What is an instrumentality thereof? That's your person. It's your straw man. That's why you have to have the straw man. See? The government ain't going to give you interest coming in as a person. These so-called sovereign SPC companies out there that's sitting there putting your name on them W8 bins and you sending it to the Treasury. That's wrong. They ain't gonna give you nothing because they don't give interest to the person. They give interest to the goddamn trust, the corporation. The corporation, which is your trust, takes everything from the corporation, which is your straw man, or in your estate. Now they transfer it back to the trust. That's why it says that in 31 USC 3123. They're going to transfer it over. Boom. To the foreign. Foreign central bank of issue. A foreign corporation not engaged in a trade or business in the United States. Ooh, where does that line up with I just said? 31 USC 3123. Except to the extent otherwise provided in regulations. This is juicy. I'm telling you. I can't give out everything. I can't. I just can't. Oh, by the way, I paid for the, I tendered payment for the fight, Garcia fight. He broke that dude ribs. Yeah, watch him when he hit him in the side. If you watch it before the fight, the way he was hitting them gloves. Pop, pop, pop. With his trainer. Pop, pop, pop. I said, man, that dude like here knock somebody's ribs loose. And that's exactly what he did. Because when they was fighting, dude, they had blood. Because remember, Davis did not hit him in the face. He hit him with the left, on the left side, abdomen area, as he always been hitting him the whole day, the whole fight. So the way he was hitting them gloves in training, if he hit that Garcia guy like that, that's why he dropped to his knees. And then when you see him drop to his knees, watch the blood come out his nose. Anytime somebody have blood coming out of their nose, it's just like in the movies. You fell off a bridge or whatever. I'm surprised John Wick didn't have that stuff coming out his nose. But anyway, you get shot, hit anywhere in the abdominal area, you know, you're gonna start bleeding out the nose. That blood gonna come out your nose. Cause you dying. He hit him. He fell to his knee. He couldn't even get back up. Why? Cause his rib was broke. I don't know how I even got on that, but and I'm quite sure nobody was going to be talking about this except me. Let's go see if anybody else talking about his rib was broke. Because when the announcer asked him, he said, what went on there? He said, I don't want to talk about it. I couldn't talk about it. Because he know. He didn't want to give Smith all the credit. He broke my rib. Man, you better tell them he broke your ribs. You can go to the hospital, boy, before you die. Internal bleeding. He dang sure had internal bleeding because it came out his nose. Boy, all that talking. Anyway, I know y'all don't want to hear about no fight. I don't even watch fights like that. But my son them came over, and it's the weekend. My son them spent time with me, and had a little bit of time with the grandbabies. We watched the fight. Told my son, give me that credit card. Give me that credit card, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, let me get out of here. Oh, and what I was saying about the fight was, I tendered payment for the fight, and immediately I stamped it with the silver after I printed out my receipt, and I'm sending it back to Showtime. Get my lawful money. I ain't messing around. That just triggered me to do 3 more. I did 3 more. I did an insurance company, did a cable company, and what was the other company I did? Did another one. Can't remember. But yeah. Those that are doing their 1099As, 1099B bill pay packets, know that there's 2 sets that go out for that one bill. Okay? You got your first set, which is your, well, it's 3 really. 1, 2, 3. One goes out to the bill collector. Second, you send it to the treasury. Okay? But you got to send that out a week or 2 later after you send your invoice with the tracking numbers. Because you got to have that in there as proof. Okay? Now that's going to the treasury. After that, then you're going to finish up all your other paperwork with the IRS. The IRS already going to have the 1099A, 1099B. But you're going to do the rest of your real estate paperwork. Okay? To show that the debt is settled. Now, if they don't remove or zero out your account on the public side, the IRS going to make sure they go after them anyway. But it's your job, again, as the trust, to contact FINS. FINS is who you go after and tell them within 60 days. You cannot let it go over 60 days because they're going to come on you. They're going to be like, well, why didn't you tell us? Because they're going to start thinking you had something to do with it. It's a beautiful thing. You know, Most High showed me this. But, I mean, I got so much stuff dealing with the mortgage stuff I done found out. I gave y'all little hints right now because I don't want to give it all out. Because people take this stuff, they'll run with it, they'll try to, oh yeah, this is what you need to do, such. No, it ain't what you need to do. Because what the Most High is doing for me right now, He's giving me a process to free everybody dealing with this bill pay stuff, with the mortgages. And I'm going to let y'all know, as the round table discussed it, if y'all can get free of y'all homes from paying anything, y'all have to dedicate a year of them payments to the 100 kings and 100 queens. You got a 30-year mortgage. We come in, we free you of your goddamn mortgage, of this slavery, this tyranny. What are you going to give us for our hard work? Because mortgages are the most hardest thing to deal with. And after I also then found out what else you got to do, yeah. That's a headache waiting to happen. But the system is being designed right now, just to let y'all know. Because the Most High wasn't going to wait a month to give me this knowledge about this mortgage stuff. He came back immediately, boom. And like the round table agreed, yeah, you know, if you're doing this for them to get them free and they ain't got to give them no $2,000 a month or $4,000 a month mortgage anymore, what are they going to give to y'all? For the people that's struggling in the group. And I want to say a thank you to all the kings and queens who went and purchased the, the Silver Copper album and those lyrics. Those things that y'all just did just helped my sister. And she said thank y'all. Just recently, in the last couple days. So y'all donations do go to help others. So don't think that, oh, that goes in my pocket. It don't. There's overhead that I have. That's the only thing my concern. It ain't about getting some, putting gold in my mouth, putting gold around my neck, getting the bins, flashing that. Nah, heck no. So she said thank y'all. She said thank you to me, but it's really to y'all. All right. Here. This off. It's a powerful code right here. Wow. It says, if within the United States, a United States person, which is the instrumentality of the United States, collects interest or otherwise acts, see, as a middleman between the payor and the payee, Woo, I want y'all to catch that. If within the United States, a United States person, okay, and if you look up the definition of person, it's a government entity or an instrumentality of the government, collects interest or otherwise acts as a middleman. What is your middleman called? An intermediary. Between the payor and payee from a foreign person. Woo, don't this sound like that 9-8? Described in paragraph 2D, or collects interest from a United States person, it's the government, agency, or instrumentality, which is income from sources outside the United States. So, if there's a business, trust in another country, right, and it's collecting interest from overseas, put it in that perspective. For a second person, so it says, from a United States person, which is income from sources outside the United States, for a second person, wow, who is a United States person, makes payments of such interest to such second United States person, notwithstanding, and that can be possible to have a second person, third person. Why? Because if you're the intermediary, the middleman, that's what that's called. Because the intermediary can act for more than one person, which again, person is corporation. So you can have your WIFIT act for numerous trusts. I would take my WIFIT and be the middleman for Joe Blow's trust. Be the middleman for Jane Dane trust. Jane Dane, I like that one. Come here, you Dane. Anyway, makes payment of such interest to such second United States person, notwithstanding, payment shall be subject to the requirements of subjection with respect to such second United States person. See? And you know the United States person is normally taxed. That's the corporation of the United States. So that's why the foreigner has a entity that is also foreign. The WIFIT is considered foreign and up under the Safe Harbor Act. So it is free from the taxation because it's working for what? The trust. Now, where the interest come into play is the trust, foreign trust is not giving the interest to the WIFIT because the WIFIT deserves the interest, because if the WIFIT deserves the interest, that means the WIFIT was the nominee. And the WIFIT ain't the nominee. The WIFIT will use the interest that the trust give it to invest back in other things. That's why when you make any type of profits or any type of interest, you're supposed to invest it back in whatever, the stock market or a business or real estate. So that's why you're not taxed. So you can run that with a regular being, or I ain't gonna say being, corporation in the United States. Just keep it tied up into investments. That's why when you get paid from your $100,000 a year job, you will take that whole $100,000 and put it in a secured loan, and use that secured card to pay the debts and your bills. Because they're not going to count the expenses from the loan. The only expense they're going to catch is your paycheck going back to the bank to pay down that secured loan. Just giving y'all some pointers here. It goes on to say, a person described in this section, if such person is a corporation, an organization exempt from taxation, the United States or any wholly owned agency or instrumentality thereof. So, and they're talking about the payments here. I was waiting on their punchline. I said, God dang, they don't got to do this. They don't got to do that. They're talking about the trust. But anyway, we have to talk about this stuff in a meeting. But I just want to hit on a lot of stuff for you. Come in here, give you an update on those who got the silver lyrics. Man, y'all got some nice packages coming out. Very nice. Very, very nice. Definitely, it's like royalty when you receive it. It's like you're in your business suit receiving this packet delivered to you. You're going to love it when you get it. Okay? Like I told y'all, it's way, the price y'all tendered for that is not even equal to what y'all getting. At all. So when people have issues with what I'm doing, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know the value. You know. And here's the thing. You're not a interest holder in these lyrics. I just want to let y'all know, y'all not a nominee. Y'all a owner. A owner. You own that silver on that lyric. Let me go back here. I try to go over his eye where you see the silver at. I can't show the whole thing because I don't have it. You're the owner. You're the owner of that silver on this, the lyric, first page of that lyric thing, and of all 3 pages of the lyrics of the song. Owners, not a nominee, not an interest holder. You do have shares, but you own those shares. And you control, because you own the rights. So you control the rights, which you use those rights to do what you need to do with, like settle your debts. Now, those who use these lyrics to settle their debts, and y'all have y'all 9-8, it's y'all job to get in contact with FINS and talk about reporting. All right? Y'all need to know this. Oh, I'm sleepy. Been up, working hard. Okay. Remember, it's called a suspicious activity report. That's what you're going to get. Write that down. SAR. It's called a SAR. A suspicious activity report. The main thing they're looking for is money laundering. So look up everything those companies are doing, and that's how you're going to report the banks, child support, mortgage companies. All right, so I will leave y'all with this definition for money laundering, and I'm gonna get out of here because I am sleepy. I've been up all night, all morning, and it's time to go to bed. Today I am registering everyone who have registered on the 100 Kings and 100 Queens website that we need to register, actually, the ones that pass the test. And taking care of a bunch of barcodes for some people with some cases. Kings and queens with some cases. Again, the link is in the description if you want to get the silver lyrics. I'm going to do another video showing you what's included in the packet. For those last 9 go, they're $50 each. You can PayPal it or you can Cash App it. Don't matter to me. $ King Stevian. Either one, the King Stevian 1 or the regular King Stevian. Money laundering is the process of illegally concealing the origin of money obtained from illicit activities such as drug trafficking, corruption, embezzlement, because they're embezzling your lawful money, or gambling, by converting it into a legitimate source. That's where they hide behind their mortgage companies, these fake mortgage companies, hide behind the law firm, claiming they're a real law firm. Into a legitimate source. It is a crime in many jurisdictions with varying definitions. Okay? So let's go into the 3 stages of money laundering. It says it is placement, layering, and integration. Wow. Placement, layering, and integration. That is an interesting one there. What are the signs of money laundering? Secretive or suspicious behavior by the client. Did you catch that? Client. Formation of a shell company. There you go. Your mortgage companies. They have them fake mortgage companies. That ain't real. That's why you can't never find out who holds the mortgage. In an offshore jurisdiction. Now, without a legitimate commercial purpose. Now, let me tell you this for y'all having these mortgage issues. If they say they're the holder of the mortgage, they got to show you the actual mortgage contract. There's no way in hell you sign something with a company and someone else has the contract. What y'all need to start doing, who's signing the contract, I'm going to give y'all this, nobody else ain't gave y'all this. Nobody. Pop it. Ooh, yeah, there you go. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Put the checks out. Nah. Anyway, let me get this to y'all. Real talk. Any y'all signing for cars, houses, any contract. When you sign, especially with mortgages, when you sign a contract with a mortgage, say for instance the mortgage company is called Sick With It Mortgage. You're going to sign your beneficiary name, okay? Underneath you're going to put no use of fraud. But you're going to put your name first, middle, last with the hyphens and the colons and the period at the end. But the period this time is going to be all the way at the end of this. Your name, first, middle, and the last with the colons and stuff. Don't put no period yet. For Sick With It Mortgage Company. Put a period right behind it. You know what that just did? That stopped them from transferring the rights to anyone. Because your signature is strictly for that company. And you put no use for it. So that means they cannot share it with anyone or give any benefits to any other companies. It doesn't matter what they talking about transferring and all that bull crap in the contract. Y'all better look at it and scratch it out. Because see, they ain't going to go back doing see you scratched out stuff. They're going to flip through it. And then all they're going to see is that signature. That's all that matters. That social, that's all that matters. But when you sign that signature like that, directly to them only, they can't flip that mortgage to no one else. And you need to have your privacy notice with it too. So that way they won't share it. If you pull off with the car or get your house, you send them a day later, express mail, 1-day service, a privacy notice, okay, common law copyright, fee schedule. Did I say privacy notice? Yeah, that should be first. You got them. See how far they go. Anyway, the last thing it says, interposition of an entity in a transaction without any clear need. Unnecessarily complex corporate structures. See? These are these mortgage companies that have a bank. These mortgage companies that have an investment arm. These mortgage companies that have an administration company. All right. Let's go back over there. You are law. You are the law. It's your job to report this suspicious activity. Know some of you like, man, you a snitch. How the hell I'm a snitch on a freaking corporation? That's who we supposed to be snitching on. That's why they getting away with what they doing now. Well, I took an oath to not snitch on nobody. Really? So you won't even snitch on the police who locked you up? I don't know, King. I gotta think about that one. Really? What's to think about? I know some of y'all like King Stevian over there talking to himself. I talk to myself when there is no one to talk to. People ask me why I do what I do. Oh. Anyway, if y'all use this information to get free, don't blame me. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Don't blame you? What about him? Okay, I'll blame him. Blame the Lord. Won't he do it? Oh yes, he'll do it. But what you need to do is get this knowledge and start to pursue it. I'm King Stevian. Where's King Stevian at? There you go. And I'm representing the 100 kings and the 100 queens. I am out. Hope y'all love that song. It's dedicated to y'all queens. My greatest inspiration. You know, they dedicated to my daughters, and my mother, sisters, cousins, empress, you know, queens. Hey, baby mamas, it's dedicated to y'all. All right? Love y'all. You all. Not y'all. You all. I'm out. Anyway, peace.
I've been so many places.
Seen so many.
Somewhere. Seen so many things.
So many things.
Alright. But none quite as lovely as you.
Ain't none more lovely than
And
you.
I'm thankful.
Thank you.
More beautiful than the Mona Lisa.
More beautiful than her.
Worth more than gold.
You're worth my highness.
And my eyes have pleasure to behold.
I'm the holder in due course, cause I got you. No UCC. You're my greatest, you're my greatest, you're my greatest. Yeah. My greatest inspiration.
You inspire me.
Yes, you did. It was you, royal empress, that made this emperor better. You positioned me up to turn this on to my open ladder. Now hear ye, this empress, 7 feet and just to know you can hear the swords clashing me. King, that's the thing, I'm kissing your royal ring, cause all of this joy in my life, empress, that you bring me, you inspire, so I'm your
give, especially it's from you.
I've seen so many things,
So many.
so fast. I've seen so many things,
So many things.
but none
None.
quite as delectable as you.
There is no other. Mother.
More beautiful than a Mona Lisa.
More beautiful than her.
Worth more than gold.
That's right.
My eyes have pleasure just to behold.
Hold in due course.
You're my
With
greatest
no UCCs.
and my greatest.
You're my greatest. You're my greatest.
Inspiration.
You inspire me.
You inspire me. Inspire me.
Thank you, Teddy P, for coming on this song.
See, you got me. You got me doing things
I know.
I've never done before.
Thank you anyway.